Hello and welcome to Design Boss Dialogue, the podcast where bold and ambitious women in interior design come for real conversations to transform and take their businesses to new heights. I am your host, Lisa-Marie Elkhadraoui, interior designer and business mentor, here to share my experiences and insights into running an interior design business, as well as empowering you to build the confident, profitable design business you've been dreaming of and truly deserve. In this space, we blend creativity with strategy to help you craft your success and thrive in the world of design. Every episode is packed with unfiltered, no BS conversations, daily inspiration, and actionable business tips to turn your passion into a thriving, cash-rich business. Together, we're redefining what it means to succeed in the interior design industry, one intentional, game-changing decision at a time. So get ready to step up, elevate, and create the design empire you've always envisioned. We are opening door 29 today. It's the 29th of December, and joining me is the fabulous Alice Dartnell, a leading expert in time and energy management, but not in the traditional sense. Now, after an event which Alice will share with us on today's podcast, it led her to create her signature framework, Energy-Led Time Management, and now helps ambitious women with ADHD and others un-F their flow and take action, beating procrastination, overwhelm, and shiny object syndrome, and building a business by design with freedom, flexibility, and flow. And in today's conversation, we dive into don't plan your January around your to-do list, plan it around your energy instead. Alice, it is really lovely to have you here in the podcast as we come towards the end of the year. Thank you for being here, because we're going to be talking all about time and energy today.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me, by the way. I'm really, really excited to be chatting to you about this. You probably will find out listening to this. I am very, very passionate about this topic. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
I can't wait. And I love following your content. I love kind of seeing your approach to how you manage your time and your energy. So I can't wait for the women that are listening to this today as we're coming so close to 2026. I can feel it. I can feel it. We're nearly there.
It's coming.
It's coming. And, you know, this year has been like the year of the snake, the shedding. There has been huge movements, haven't there?
Yeah, I've definitely felt that. I felt like there's been a lot of like endings and completions, you know, reliving things to like tick that level off, lot of up levels. Yeah, it's I've been snaking.
I love it. I've been shedding. I feel like I've got no skin left.
I love it. Baby smooth. Ready for 2026.
I'm exfoliated, baby. I'm ready to step into 2020. I'm going to get on that horse and off down the beach I go.
Love that.
So you've got a story that's linked to today's value that you're going to share with the women. And let's dive deeper into that. Where does it all start for you?
Oh my God, right. I was going to say it started in 2019, but to be honest, it started way, way before that. It actually starts from when I was about 15. Now, for context, I'm 39 now, so we're going back some years. But unfortunately, when I was younger, I just had a very tough time growing up, and that's probably a conversation for another day. But I hit 15 and I hit like a really severe depression. And for a decade, I had a severe depression, severe eating disorder, self-harm, didn't want to be here anymore. And I had that secret for a decade. And then I started to get into like personal development books, and like a lot of people, I read The Secret, and I think that probably was like a huge game changer for me, because I suddenly started to realize that I didn't have to be a victim of my circumstance or the way that I was thinking, and that I could like manifest this different life and, you know, rewire my neuroplasticity and all that kind of stuff. And that's what kind of threw me onto this trajectory of like loving personal development and manifesting your neuroplasticity, which is probably why I ended up being a coach. And the good thing out of that is that it gave me this new hunger for life in my, mid-20s, that I'd never wanted to waste time. Like, I felt like I wasted a decade, and I was very like, oh, don't waste any more time. Like life's too precious. And that is what threw me into this obsession with time management. And so I was like, give me the productivity hacks. You know, how can I do things quicker, slicker, faster? Great. But then what it also did was put me onto this feeling and way of being that every minute counted. And my worth and my self-worth was now attached to my productivity. And then the problem with that is I couldn't switch off. I had to always be go, go, go. And yes, I did my 9 to 5 and I had great work-life balance because I shut the laptop at 5 o'clock. However, your time energy doesn't magically renew at 10 past 5. You know, it's the same frigging pot. But I didn't understand that. So in the evenings, you know, I would be doing this charity gig, the drinks with friends in London scene. I would be kickboxing. Long story short, I then started obviously sleeping less because, you know, you got to get up at 5 a.m. to do the 5 a.m. Miracle Morning Club. But I was going to bed later and later. And then I just burnt out. And in 2019, I burnt out big time. And it was such a shock, which I know sounds ridiculous because now I can say, oh my God, that was so obvious. But I was like, I'm great at time management. Like, I'm shit hot at time management.
Yeah.
It has happened. And then I suddenly realised, boom, I was protecting my time, but not my energy. Like, I was very good at time management, but not good at the energy management. And that is what stemmed this whole belief that I've got on is time management isn't about time. It's actually about your energy.
And I think, obviously, thank you so much for sharing all of that, you know, raw and real story, firstly, and, you know, holding space for that. That's really important. But also, I think we as women feel like we got to do. And if we're not doing, you know, we're guilty that we should be doing. And a lot of women don't understand the correlation between the to-do lists and the energy of when you need to potentially perform that, because we're not all entrepreneurs are not all 9 to 5s. We're not all 5 a.m. clubs. Some people perform best. Like, I do know that I get up and I'm a really good early morning person. So for me, I'm on peak performance at between 5 and 6 a.m. and I can do it. But then I like to be in bed sometimes at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I'm not a night owl. I was a night owl. And then that, you know, I got into my mid to late 30s and I thought, I can't be a night owl anymore. So I need to work to my advantage. I need to see where my energy is good. And obviously with your burnout and having that realization of shit, like I'm doing all the on the to-do lists but hold on, I actually now need to include that energy part. When did you realize that? So after 2019, what made you kind of pivot and then change? And what was that journey like?
I don't think there was like a thunderbolt lightning moment. I think it was like incrementally, I need to get myself better. And I also need to make sure that this never happens again. And I am hugely ambitious. There's so much that I want to achieve. And I suppose that does come from that dark decade where then I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to do all these cool things. And it's like, you know, the world does all this to offer and I want to taste it all.
Yeah.
But to do that, you need your health and you need your energy. And I was like, how do I sustain this? And I think as well, I thought when I was younger that I would retire young. I thought I would like, you know, make my millions by 40 and retire young. But then when you find something that you absolutely love to do, you're like, oh, maybe that's not what I need to do. Maybe I don't need to like hustle myself to early retirement at 40 and then like sit on a beach for the rest of my life. Actually, that's not what I want. So I think even things like that, like my attitude to life changed, my desires changed, the fact that I started a business and I was like, I actually love this and I don't want to retire from this. And it changed my way of thinking around 9 to 5 and time. So I don't think it was this one thunderbolt moment. I think it was just this accumulation of changes and improvements and reassessing how I was looking at things and is that the right way? And then starting to understand more that I do take quite a holistic approach to life. So, you know, what happens in your business is going to show up in your home life. You know, if you've got struggles in your home life, that's going to affect your business. Like everything is intertwined. And also, you know, you are your greatest asset. So are you looking after you? And yes, I was doing the right things like drinking my green smoothie and, you know, going kickboxing twice a week. But is that necessarily the right thing that I needed? Not always. And I think as well, I started reading more about health and well-being. And I have always been interested in health and well-being. After the eating disorder, the recovery from that made me really appreciate my health and my well-being. So again, I thought I was doing the right things, the green juices and the kickboxing and going to the gym, but I wasn't that's very surface level, you know? You're not really scratching beneath it to go, okay, well, let me understand sleep and let me understand things like hormones, you know, stuff like that, things that are going to impact my energy. Or even just to the point where if you're living in England, which I am at the moment, like winter, your winter mode is it's so different from your summer mode.
Oh, totally.
And I just was like in perpetual go, go, go summer hustle. Like, no wonder I burnt out. So just bit by bit, I started reading more books and listening to different things. It just slowly started to change my attitude. And when I was like, actually, when I started my business, I was like, right, time management, because that's my super geek power. But I don't want to do it in the traditional way because I don't want another woman to burn out because of it.
I love that. So obviously, going into January, we're a couple of days left of December. And obviously off air, we were talking about don't plan your January around your to-do list, plan it around your energy. Let's dive deeper into that. So if a woman's listening and she's think, right, I'm having a couple of weeks break off Christmas, I'm getting ready to go back on the 5th or 6th of January. I want to hit the ground running. I'm going to sit down and do my to-do list, which she most probably will be doing in the next couple of days. This is going to come at the perfect time for her in order to take what you're about to say and implement it into her business.
Yeah. So I haven't got anything against a to-do list for listeners. Like, please write your to-do list and do your brain dump. But what I really want to encourage listeners to do is not just to look at that and then go, right, let's populate that into like this project management Gantt chart style of like boom, boom, boom. These are the time frames. That is important. But what about your energy? So I've got clients, for example, that are in that like, you know, I love January. I love the cold weather. I'm at my most productive, and they can hammer it in January. But I also have clients that feel the sluggishness after the Christmas with the kids getting back into routine. Takes them a week. Takes them a week. That first week in January is a bit of a like, got to get the kids back into routine week. So I'm like, is that the right week then to launch your new coaching program, or is that the right week to launch whatever? Because actually, is your energy going to be there to dedicate 100% to it if you're playing mum mode and trying to get the kids back into a routine? And I think because we get into this new year, new me hustle mode, which, don't get me wrong, like, go for it, but also do think about your energy. What can you give to it? And actually, maybe that's a prep week, and then you can launch your amazing
product or service after it.
Do it the week after when the kids are back at school and in a routine. So it's thinking about your to-do list, your ideas, your goals, but not just solely on the time, but also the energy. And that could be your energy, that could be others' energy, that could be the energy of your clients as well. I'm a bit of a go-getter. I would quite happily launch something on the 2nd of January, but I know that my ideal client and my audience are like, no, love, we're still finishing off the Baileys and the Twiglets. No, like, you're all right.
We'll be done by the 6th. We'll see you on the 9th.
Yeah, exactly. So again, there's no point me launching anything on the 6th because they're only just opening up their laptops and their diaries again to then say, can I fit in what she's offering? So, you know, I'm running my business brunch and bubbles again. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll run it on like, you know, 4th of January. And I'm like, no, we won't, will we, Alice? Because like, no one's going to be ready. So
come on, Alice, we'll run it in the middle of January and everyone's going to be ready to go back.
Because it's not just about the time, it's about the energy of you, your clients, and there's so many different factors. But, you know, I always say to my clients, it's on a physical, mental, spiritual, emotional level, like it isn't just one thing.
Yeah, I love that. And I think what I say to my audiences as well, you know, we've got a lot of women in business listening, a lot of interior designers, is that first week back. So obviously, if you're looking at going back on, you know, even Monday the 5th or Tuesday the 6th, or maybe even the 7th, because some kids might not go back till like Tuesday or Wednesday. Use that week. Don't book in meetings that week. Book in your meetings from the week after, maybe the 9th. Use those couple of days to be like, okay, I'm back in the studio. Do I need to clean anything down? Do I need to look at emails? Do I need to cleanse the inbox? Do I need to write down what January really needs to be? And ease yourself in like that. Don't go, right, back in on the 5th, get on site, get on meeting, do this, do that. By Thursday, you're going to be absolutely exhausted and your energy after everything from Christmas is just going to go, and go down.
Yeah. And also in terms of like energy management, as we get to the end of the year, start of next year, it isn't just necessarily like new year, new me, but also thinking about like, okay, what does my January require from me in terms of my energy? And asking yourself that question. So it's like, okay, maybe I need to start making some slight, tiny micro habit adjustments now. Like I was joking earlier about polishing off the Baileys into Twiggly. It's like, that's definitely me, out of sight, out of mind. So I'm like, oh, I've got to finish it all. But actually, is that going to serve me? Like, is it just going to make me more sluggish? Do I need to start incorporating a few more vegetables back in after Christmas?
So a bit more broccoli into the dinner.
Yeah, a bit more broccoli. Let's get some broccoli on the go. And it's just, those kind of little micro actions as well that help you sustain and maintain that energy. And I think as well, I used to be guilty of this. New year, new me. Hit the ground running on the 2nd of January, done by like the 20th, because I've hit it too hard. I haven't used energy management to maintain and sustain and think about what it is I actually need.
And I think it's also, January is a very long month. It's a very cold month and it could be a very grey month. I mean, I love January because it's my birthday month. So for me, I celebrate every day in January. But I also know, being a long month, you've got to go at it from pace and consistency and regulation from your energy system. That's the golden secret. And actually compartmentalizing the weeks down, like the first week, like you're saying, ease yourself back in if that's what you feel you need. There is no right or wrong way. You don't have to get back on the 1st, the 2nd, the 5th and be like, right, hit the ground running. That doesn't have to be like that. If that doesn't work for your energy levels, to get the most out of the to-do list.
Yeah. And I think that's why for me it's so important to think about planning to your energy, not just to your to-do list. So you kind of mentioned earlier about like cleansing down the studio and stuff like that. So what do you need? Like actually maybe opening up the laptop isn't the first thing that you need to do on day one back at work. Maybe actually what you need to do is get organized, restock, take a little like, okay, breather. Yeah, I need to get organized, that kind of stuff. Or you might want to start doing it now before the new year. But it's again, it's like that preparation for it as well, rather than just here's my mega long to-do list. I need to start tackling it because it's the 2nd of January.
Yeah. So talking about energy levels, what is in your energy toolkit that you like to do to support your protection of energy going into, obviously, your workload? What are your little secrets?
Oh, so this is a really tricky one. So I would definitely share some of the things that I do, but everyone's different. Like you said, everyone's different. So what I really encourage listeners to do is to think about, I call them your killers and fillers. So these are thinking about what fills your cup, but what kills your cup, because everyone's different. And again, I did all the right things, but were they right? Were they right for me? And some really classic examples that maybe your listeners will resonate with is, I don't know about you, but Christmas is like a cray time of year, like social, the food, the drink, the
social battery,
everything, even bright lights, the overstimulation, some people love it.
Yeah.
I am a social butterfly, but I also am an introvert. My friend actually started calling this an outrovert, and I was like, oh, I like that. I'm going to use that. Like, I'm so bubbly and be like, I'm the last on the dance floor. Like, yeah. But I'm also like, I am done now for the next 3 days. Like, nobody talk to me. I'm in my cave. Like, I haven't seen anyone. So
I am on block mode. Don't come near me.
So, I'm getting to the end of the year, really mindful of, that was that. My December's been busy, like everyone else probably listening to this. So I'm also going into January thinking, what does my January need to balance out the killers and fillers? Okay, I might have overdone it a little bit in December. Who hasn't? But so what does my January require from me to top that back up? What do I need? What do I need to say no to? So I really want your women to think about their killers and their fillers and be okay with putting those boundaries in place or blocking that time out in the calendar to go, do you know what? The first couple of weekends in January, I ain't leaving the house. Like, it is like my replenishment, my organisation, my declutter, my bath time, like whatever it is you need to fill your cup. But only you will know, because obviously everyone's different. So think about your fillers and killers. I would also say as well, when it comes to thinking about your workload for January as well, again, adopt that killers and fillers, to your work, because I've got some stuff that I could do all day, every day, and it doesn't feel like work. And I could probably do a 10, 12-hour day, and I'm like, doesn't feel like an event, for example.
Yes.
I love that kind of stuff. I love coaching. I love connecting. Like this podcast, with you, I'm buzzing. It's going to fill me up for the rest of the morning. But if you were like, end of January, Alice, tax returns, I'm like, oh no, man, numbers accounting. Nah, it's not me, not my bag. So I'd rather do 12-hour day doing an event than 1 hour sitting at my laptop with a spreadsheet on accounts on QuickBooks. So think about that for your workload as well. Your energies and killers is also not just the time that you're putting in, but the workload of it as well. But also do be careful as well, because there are some things that, like events, I absolutely love doing it, but they also do take a lot of energy from you. So balance that out as well. If you've got a week where, you're going into London for an event or something, what do you need at the weekend to counteract it or whatever? So I'd really encourage women to think about that. But in terms of what's in my little toolkit, definitely things like movement in terms of exercise, getting in your steps. And I think at this time of year, let's be honest, it's cold, it's dark, we can't be asked. Just do what you can. If it's like, it's too
stretching or
if it's too cold and wet for you to go outside, I mean, can you just do like a bit of gentle yin yoga in front of Netflix? Do what you can. So yeah, definitely things for me are things like exercise, movement, but also external stimulations can help as well. So things like your music or environment, the scents, maybe actually you're like, I need to take the Christmas decorations down because I'm kind of done with that now, and I'm ready to
cleanse.
Ready to cleanse into 2026. So I'm a big encourager of people to think about those little cues. That's gonna help them as well. And I'm sure, obviously, your ladies, your listeners in interior design, obviously, you'll know more than I do on stuff like that as well. But these little things all add up. Some of the things in my toolbox: environment, movement, and obviously again thinking about things like we joked about the Baileys, but think about your nutrition and how you're fueling yourself. Like, don't get me wrong, if anyone's looking on my Instagram, they probably think I'm addicted to cake and cocktails. I mean, who
isn't, Alice?
Who isn't? But I do also balance that with broccoli. So it's like thinking about
broccoli and walking.
Yeah. So think about your nutrition as well. It's basically, how are you fueling yourself? If you were a machine, you'd have to be a well-oiled machine. What would you need? What would you do? And apply those principles to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also, I say, when we work on the energetics of ourselves, so our internals, what really, fills our cup up, like you say, really gets your soul going, your energetic makeup, to internally make you work, to protect your energy, to, raise your frequency and your vibration. That has an incredible ripple effect out across your business, your personal life, and everything you do. And that is from the soulful work, the energy work, the subconscious work, the nutrition, the movement, what you listen to, what you read, who you see, and how you protect your energy. So you could be listening to this and saying, do you know what, in January, I'm not going out on Saturday evenings because I'm going to do a me ritual. I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to read a new book. I'm going to do that. And that's okay to do that. That is okay. And I think women sometimes feel that they also need to people please and be here, there, and everywhere. And we want to say to women, this is your year. The permission, you don't need permission. You can just do you. Just do you this year and protect your energy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyone listening to this coming into 2026, amen to that. Like, I think a big part of my burnout was the people pleasing. Somebody asking you, hey, do you want to come out this Saturday? And you've got the time, because you're going, oh, well, I haven't got no plans. So you go, oh, well, I've got the time, I'll say yes. But actually, you haven't got the energy. And really, you're just people pleasing. So actually, go into 2026, giving yourself that permission to not be a people pleaser. And again, this is why I'm saying, don't just plan your January to your to-do list, also plan it to your energy and block out that time. Block out that Saturday night for a little bit of pamper and me time. Because then when someone says, have you got plans for Saturday? You're like, yeah, I have. Me.
I'm dating myself, hon. I'm in the bath.
Okay. And it took me a long time to be okay to say no to things, because I was doing something for myself and putting myself first, or doing something to top up my energy and be like, No, I don't want to go out Saturday night, actually, or whatever it is. I need that
I
time
want to
for
do
myself.
my own thing.
Yeah.
I love that. So before we wrap up the podcast for today, Alice, talk to the lovely listeners about your events, your brunch and bubbles, your connection with women, and how women can kind of also come into your world and experience you.
Yeah, oh my God, amazing. So if anyone is listening to this and this is resonating, obviously, please do come reach out and say hi, because I absolutely love the connection and stuff. So you'll mainly find me hanging out on Instagram, which is Alice_Dartnell. But yeah, whilst I'm in the UK, which is obviously unexpected, but we're going to milk the UK trip.
We're here, yeah.
So, I've got Business Brunch and Bubbles, which is happening on Wednesday, 14th of January in London. So that's a 2026 goal setting day. We ran that in December and it was so good. I was like, right, we've got to do it again. Because again, appreciate everyone's ready to think about their 2026 in December. So we're going to be doing it again in January.
Love that.
I'm really excited for that. It's all about your next level. So that's the theme. It's about your next level in 2026. So interesting, I was saying about the snake shedding, getting on the horse. Perfect timing because we're like letting that shit go in 2025, getting on the horse to good vibes in 2026. And then I've got 8th of June, I've got my business breakthrough event, which is my annual event. So regardless of where I am floating in the world as a digital nomad, always come back to London in the summer to run that. And this is about the theme for this is breakthrough. So you're breaking through to that next level in your life, in your business. So I'm really excited about that one as well.
I love it. And for anyone that wants to head to one of Alice's events, her details are going to be in the show notes, as well as you can dive into Alice's world. We're going to put her Instagram handle as well in there. So you will be able to lap up all of that Alice love, which is amazing. Alice, thank you so much for coming on to today's podcast. I wish you a really happy New Year's Eve. What are you doing for New Year's Eve?
Do you know what? I don't know, because I wasn't actually meant to be in the UK. So it's been very I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a part of me that just wants to hibernate, to be honest, because I'm just I just need a bit, like we say, a little bit of me time. And one has been quite full on. So I'm okay with just, I say chilling, but, at a house party, I just can't bother to battle the outside.
Yeah. So do you know what I do? I've developed a ritual. If anyone does come round on New Year's, they've got to be gone out of our house by 6 p.m. They're not allowed to stay. I make it really known that they have to leave by 6 p.m. I say it to them, and I go and have so we cook a lovely little family meal. I go and have a lovely hot bath. Eden, my son, will have a shower. We do our vision boards together as mother and son for 2026. We talk about our intentions together, what we want to set for the year. And by the way, he's 7.5. He's been doing this for the last 2 years with me. And he's like, Mummy, I'm going to save more this year. And I'm like, well, how much are you going to save? He writes it all down. He makes his little plans. He does his vision board. We watch a lovely movie and then we just watch fireworks together. And do you know what? After years of people pleasing, of parties, big events and hosting, having a bin bag around the house at 1 a.m. in the morning clearing bottles, I was done with that. I was like, I'm starting every year how I want to start it. And I gave my permission. I said to everyone, no more hosting. Don't invite me to a party. Not because I'm being a killjoy, but I'm starting the year how I want to start the year. Yeah. And I've loved that ever since.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. Yeah. And yes, the vision boards as well. My 2026 vision board is already in the making. So I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a good year.
I love it. Alice, thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow with another powerful podcast as we come towards closing the year off. So yes, today, thank you, Alice, for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Design Boss Dialogue. If you love what you heard, then please share the podcast with your friends and any women that could do with a dose of empowerment just from me. I would love to hear your thoughts around today's podcast with your key takeaways and wins, because your feedback means everything to me. Also, don't forget to leave a review as well as hit that follow button so you never miss out on any inspiring conversations with me or any other trailblazing women I have on. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes, and remember, unleashing your inner design power and unlocking your true potential is only a click away. See you next time.